Stories, it's time for India Front, where we put hard facts first. Viewers, it's the Super Summit, which will be pivotal in India putting itself in pole position to claim its rightful place in the world. As Prime Minister is set to land in America in a short while from now, in a few hours, in fact, for his maiden state visit, he has given a clear and unambiguous message to the world. In an interview to the Wall Street Journal, Prime Minister Modi said, and I'm quoting from that piece, India deserves a much higher, deeper, wider profile and a role. We see this process as India gaining its rightful position in the world. We do not see India as supplanting any country. World today is more interconnected and interdependent than ever before. I present my country to the world as my country is and myself as I am. I am the first Prime Minister to be born in free India. My thoughts and conduct is inspired by my country's attributes and traditions, unquote. But listening to the expectation not just in furthering the cooperation between the two nations, but also strengthening the ties between two leaders, voices speaking out.
So this is indeed a historic and a path-breaking visit. There are three aspects of this which are very important. One, you will see the personal chemistry reflected in a number of interactions. In fact, this visit will show perhaps the maximum interaction between Prime Minister and President of the United States. Number two, you will see that the next level of the partnership will be visible. Thirdly, if I may add that the global good, and as Prime Minister Modi has often described that this is a partnership for global good, that will also be very clearly visible.
However, the opposition has lashed out at the historic visit, calling it a publicity stunt. They have said that India under Modi is slipping when it comes to upholding the rule of law. Institutions have been weakened and Prime Minister Modi must introspect.
Prime Minister's got a good sense of humor because 9 years there's no peace. Attacking minorities, Manipur burning, attacking scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. So Prime Minister's sense of humor is good. There's no peace in India. Attacking journalists, attacking anybody opposing the government, but he's talking about peace. He must first bring peace in India, no?
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री को विदेश जाने का बड़ा शौक है और पिछले 9 सालों में आधी दुनिया वो घूम चुके हैं. उन्हें इस बात की परवाह नहीं है कि मणिपुर जल रहा है. उन्हें इस बात की परवाह नहीं है कि मणिपुर के राजनीतिज्ञ उनसे वक्त मांगते मांगते थक चुके हैं. लेकिन उन्हें खुशी इस बात की है कि प्रेसिडेंट बाइडेन ने उन्हें डिनर पे बुलाया है.
They are just creating an event and publicizing it. That's what they are doing throughout their career, throughout their government in power. They are creating the event. They created event in Australia. They have curtailed the wings of media, which is the fourth pillar of the democracy.
Interestingly, Rahul Gandhi had wrapped up his US trip ahead of Prime Minister Modi's. Now, let's remind you of Rahul had proclaimed that India's democracy is failing and contrast that to PM Modi's message that India has arrived in the world. Now, you, the viewer, will decide what message you must back. Sample this.
They sort of generate a certain amount of hatred in society. They polarize society. And they're not inclusive. There is a definite capture of the institutions of the country. There's a definite capture of the press in the country. You know, I don't believe everything I hear. I walked across India, walked from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, and talked directly to millions of Indian people, and they didn't seem very happy to me.
It is felt most strongly by the Muslim community, okay, because it is done most directly to them. But in fact, it is being done to all minorities. I can guarantee you that the same way you are feeling attacked, I can guarantee you my Sikh brothers are feeling the same thing. I can guarantee you my Christian brothers are feeling the same, sisters are feeling the same thing, right? I can guarantee you the Dalit community is feeling the same thing, tribal community is feeling the same thing. You cannot cut hatred with hatred. It's impossible. Normal tools that we used to use for politics, conversations like this, public meetings, was simply not working anymore. All the instruments that we needed to do politics in India, they were controlled by the BJP and the RSS. You know, people are threatened, cases are put on people, agencies are used on people. So we also are finding that in some way it had become quite difficult to act politically.
This is what Rahul Gandhi had said. Now the BJP has lashed out at Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. Their charge is that in saying what he said, Rahul maligned India, played into the hands of those who want to undermine our democracy.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में आज जो भारत की साख बनी है, जो आज भारत के ऊपर विश्वास है पूरे विश्व का, उसका एक प्रमाण ये भी है कि वो सभी आर्थिक संबंध भारत के साथ बड़े रूप में बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी आज सुबह ही यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका के लिए निकले हैं, प्रस्थान किया है उन्होंने, और आप सब जानते हैं कितना अहम ये स्टेट विजिट माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का रहने वाला है। पूरा विश्व भारत की तरफ बहुत उत्साह और अपेक्षा के साथ देख रहा है।
Why is Rahul Gandhi meeting these groups? The Congress party and some of these foreign forces are aligning to dislodge a democratically elected government.